What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about overall stock market, and now let's get right into it. Dow is up 0.80% on the day, Nasdaq up again 0.69%, and S&P also up in the green 0.83%. And here in these groups we got pretty much everything in the green. On top we have energy, real estate, industrials, financial, technology, basic material, and on bottom we have utilities, communication services, consumer defensive, and consumer cyclical. And here in the stock market map, we got Tesla up 2.57%, finally getting that dead cat bounce, and also Amazon down 4% with the earnings. Google absolutely flat on the day, Meta up 0.74%, AMD up over 2%, Nvidia close to 2%, and also Microsoft once again up 0.80%, and Apple stock getting up to 170 today, up 0.75%. And now we're going to look at SPY ETF. So before we start this video on SPY, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated, guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys hitting that thumbs up button every night for these videos, and that is why these videos are coming out for you guys. And also check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel, but that's not the only thing. If you want to learn and get some good trade ideas and 3 days of live trading, definitely check out the Patreon. And if you haven't already and you are new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. And now let's get right into it with SPY and look at this breakout, guys. I mean, this thing was struggling right here. Not only here, again here, and today it's got a close over 415, 414, and now it's pushing even higher. Now what's concerning, and we'll get to it in a minute, VIX down to what, 15 bucks today? That is getting decimated, guys. VIX, it's gone. It's nowhere to be found. Now SPY here getting that breakout, but look at this. We do not have much upside in the short term on SPY. This move will have to digest. I mean, look at this. Upper Bollinger Band sitting at what, 417? So until we see this Bollinger Band expands to the upside, we're not going to see any huge move. Yes, we could see a lot of chop here on SPY. If we cannot hold this support 414, 415, we're going to see SPY pulling back down to 410.84 white line 20 SMA, and below that we could be coming down and retesting 407 as a support. Another interesting thing here on SPY, lower Bollinger Band moving up rapidly, sitting at 405 almost, and the upper one not going up anymore. So that is concerning, guys. I mean, price can stay in between 405 to 415 for a while, and then we could see a breakout all the way up to 420 on SPY, or a break below 405. This thing can come down to 401 to even 396 to close this massive gap down here. And I think it's going to, it's going to happen. Now, crash, I don't see it. We have a full bull trend on SPY, and I said there will be a pullback, 5%, that is possible, and I think we got a small pullback. Unfortunately, this lower Bollinger Band did not allow SPY to get down to 401 or 396 because it's moving higher, and that's why SPY came down to 404, 403, and that was it. This thing, the dip was bought up, and now we got two back-to-back bullish looking candles, and SPY heading higher and almost getting that breakout. Now, yes, the chart is looking bullish, everything is looking bullish, but would I be buying here? No, guys, there is no way. You cannot buy here on top when VIX coming down to $15. There is no way. There will be a pullback at some point, but keep that in mind. That is not a crash. Now, yesterday, or actually day before, on this pullback, two red candles, and crash was all over the place. We're going down huge. Market will come down, market will go up. that does not mean that there is a massive crash coming and SPY getting down to 250. When we get to it, guys, the support level will break. We will know that it's coming down. So just take one day at the time. Do not try to read, like into future. Like, do not try to see future. We do not have that power. Only thing we have power, look at this chart and know that we have a bull trend in the short term here on SPY and also on triple Q, and it's not going to die and roll over easily. So keep that in mind. Not going on long-term puts and just shorting everything. That is not healthy. Yes, you can short, you can play like here. Yes, you can short, but I'm not saying you should be expecting SPY getting down to 350, 300 anytime soon. If you're expecting that, then this is not the zone to short here on SPY, because obviously you're going to pay a lot of money on puts, or if you're selling shares and it's possibly gonna come down what, 10, 12 bucks, maybe even 20, and that is not gonna be a crash where you're going to make a lot of money buying long term. Now short term, yes, you short at the resistance and you cover at the support, which is gonna be right around 410.84 on SPY. And now we're going to look at triple Q. On triple Q, with massive earnings from Microsoft and Meta, triple Q did not even care for Amazon. This thing exploded today and finally filling that gap at 322 and also holding 322 as a support into closing. Now on triple Q, guys, if you look at my screen, same thing like SPY. Yes, it's holding 322. The move will have to digest on triple Q. So watch out. 322 can hold. There could be some consolidation before heading higher. Now below 322, this could be a triple top on triple Q. And if that happens, we got support all the way down here at 317 below 322. White line 20 SMA, and if that gives up, we left this gap open here with some earnings from Microsoft and Meta. This thing gapped up, so we got a gap down here around 314 right here. So that is going to come next on triple Q. If this thing cannot hold 322 as a support, it's coming down to 317, and below that we'll be filling this gap down here at 314, and we have strong support on triple Q around 313. Also, lower Bollinger Band moving up, sitting at 311. So I don't see triple Q getting under 311 anytime soon. That would be oversold condition on triple Q. But we also have this gap. I was hoping for this gap to get filled on triple Q on this dip, but obviously, look at this, guys. We got a bounce off of this lower Bollinger Band, and now it's pushing higher. So now Bollinger Band moved up even higher, 311 on a pullback. Watch out for this gap, 314, and below that we also have support 313 and then 311. Then we could fill this gap at 308 on triple Q. To the upside, 322 can hold. We're going to see a push on triple Q up to 330. And now we're going to look at IWM Russell 2000 ETF. Now on IWM, it's up 0.88% on the day, and I got some calls on IWM. I bought on this dip because we have strong support at 170 and there was a gap at 172, so I got 175 calls, and boy oh boy, they paid today. This thing went over the money, almost 176 for the day. The gap is still open at 176.50, so that could be coming before coming down all the way down to 170 again, unless we break the resistance at 178 on IWM. So there is more upside. I'm still holding some calls on IWM, but took a profit on IWM today, and that was only, guys, holding just a couple of days, maybe 4 days on IWM, and this thing paid. Came down to 170, 172. The dip was bought up. I got the dip also. This trade here on IWM, if you're a top tier VIP member, that's all you get, because this is not for elite membership. So a lot of you guys actually got IWM, and if you got it, there is still juice left in the tank we could possibly see 176.50 to 178 on IWM, and then we can get rejected right here, and IWM will come right back down, because look at what's happening with small banks. FRC down, I think, another 50% after hour, and that stock just turned into a penny stock, guys. So that is why IWM is weak. But for how long? This thing will stay down, guys. 170 so far. There is a lot of pullbacks on IWM, and it's holding 170 so many times. So that is gonna be a big level to watch. You can take a lot of risk at 170, but if that gives up, it's going to make a new 52-week low, definitely. So 170 is the level to watch on a pullback on IWM, and also a dip buying opportunity. To the upside, IWM fills the gap at 176.50, holds the support 176, white line 20 SMA. Then we could see a push at 178, and above that, watch out for this gap at 180.61 all the way up to 183, and above 183. Whenever that happens, IWM back in business, and it's going to look bullish again. And now we're going to look at DIA, Dow Jones ETF. On DIA, Dow Jones ETF finally getting that breakout above 340, and now that is holding as a support into closing. Now what's interesting here on DIA, look at this, guys. Just like SPY, lower Bollinger Band moving up, sitting close to, or actually at 332, and the upper Bollinger Band not moving higher anymore. It's around 342. So until we see this Bollinger Band expands to the upside, possibly up to 345, 350, then we are going to see DIA holding 340 as a support and moving higher all the way up to 350. So this could be a fake move on DIA unless we hold 340 as a support going into next week. If that gives up, DIA coming right back down to 337, white line 20 SMA, and below that we could be retesting lower Bollinger Band at 332, and then we also have support at 330, white line 20 SMA, and the gap at 328.77. DIA can hold 340. We could see some consolidation. Let this Bollinger Band expand all the way up to 350, and then we're going to see continuation to the upside on Dow Jones ETF. And now we're going to look at VIX, which is dead. And this thing is down 7.34% and now trading below $16, guys. And that is insane. And that is why, yes, market is bullish, but also you gotta be cautious in the market. You gotta be careful, because this thing down to 15 bucks, they ain't no joke. This thing can spike back up, just like we saw the last time, this thing getting up to 20. And I actually called it out before that. Yes, we could see a pullback in the market. VIX can go up to 20, and only if that breaks, we're going to see more upside here on VIX up to 23, and then we're going to see a 5 to 6% pullback in the market. If not, VIX can get rejected right here, because 20 bucks, big resistance on VIX. Look at how many times just in recent times getting rejected at 20. So this thing got closer to 20, and before even getting up to 20 exactly, got decimated and now down to $15, guys. And that is insane. So now there is no support on VIX until 15 bucks, and who knows where this thing can go. But we gotta be careful, especially not to go long in the market when SPY trading just under upper Bollinger Band and VIX trading at a new low, especially breaking below that previous low right here and making a new low today all the way down to 1572. So that is not the time to go long in the market. You can day trade, but I would not suggest to go long in the market right now. On VIX, if this thing can actually wake up, then watch out for the resistance at 16 bucks and then $17, 17.46. I would like to see this thing above 17.46. 5 SMA on this daily chart, and then possibly over 18, some consolidation, and then all the way up to 20. And once we get that breakout above 20 on VIX, that's when you will know that market is ready to roll over and we're going to see a significant pullback. Again, not a crash, and that would be buying opportunity in the market. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend, everybody.